better search out the matter. Don't just think what they tell you. It's not so much a mystery. Let us search out your history. Seek and you shall find. Knock on the door, be open. Come on, open your mind because you're chosen.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Greetings, one and all. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, Searching Out the Matter. And the matter that we're searching out in this video is Yahusha, whom they also call Jesus Christ, the reason for the season question. But before we even continue with this video, let me just say, celebration of Christmas is not for believers. The celebration of Christmas is not for the believers. So, we move. When was Yahusha born, aka Jesus? We have proven that categorically and unequivocally in our second to last video. So go and watch it. He was not born on December 25th. He was born in the month of Sivan, May or June. He was conceived in the 6th month of the year on the Hebrew calendar, August or September. All right, that's not the video for it. But we're sorry to say to the believers, sorry to burst your bubble, but Yahusha is not the reason for the season. You can research Constantine, Saturnalia, the birth of the sun god Tammuz, because Ezekiel spoke about it. Jeremiah even spoke about the practices. We move again. Just a simple Google search. From the Oxford Dictionary, it reads Saturnalia, the ancient Rome festival of Saturn in December, a period of general merrymaking and the predecessor of Christmas. Look on your screen. These are all Roman pagan holidays. Now look specifically on date 17 to 23rd. It reads Saturnalia in honor of Saturn, right? Look at the 25th date. It reads the birthday of the unconquered sun, equal sun god, S-U-N. We move. Now, finally, we are here. The truth about Christmas. No, we're going to read from this article very quickly. And we're not going to read everything. We're going to read just the first paragraph and the last paragraph, just to have an idea of what this Saturnalia and Christmas is. The pagan celebration of the Roman god Saturn first began as a single day, but later extended to a whole week during the late Republic. This festival began on December 17 of the Julian calendar, which the Romans used in those days, and initially ended on December 25th, the time at which the winter solstice fell. During the celebration period, all activities came to an halt. Businesses, courts, schools, and other social patterns were suspended while people spent time doing more fun activities. Slaves were allowed to take part in the celebration and even reverse roles with their masters. Feasting, playing, gambling, singing, exchanging gifts, and home decoration were some of the activities people enjoyed doing during this time. Thus, the Saturnalia celebration are the source of many traditions associated with Christmas. All right, so we're going to read the last paragraph now, just to tie everything in. Okay. The Western culture today derives many of its traditional midwinter celebration from Saturnalia. The Christmas holiday holds most of its practices to Saturnalia, including the time of the year at which it is celebrated. Theologians decide that Yahusha was most likely born in spring, and the Bible also does not give a date for the celebration of his birth. We're not going to go any further, we're just going to stop there. But now we have shown you the truth about Christmas, have we? Now we're going to talk directly to our fellow believers, to the saints that are in the body of Yahusha. I say this. The first recorded date of Christmas being celebrated on December 25th was in 336 AD, during the time of the Roman Emperor Constantine. He was the first Christian Roman emperor. A few years later, Pope Julius I officially declared that the birth of Yahusha, whom they call Jesus, would be celebrated on the 25th of December. The same date of the sun god, S-U-N. Go figure. Key things to note that Yuletide season is for the worshiping of the sun god, S-U-N. And the winter solstice is the harvest festival associated with Saturnalia. Now, let's get into the scripture. Jeremiah 10 verse 2 to 4 is spoken this way. It said, Thus says Yahuwah, do not learn the way of the Gentiles, for the custom of the people are futile. One cut down a tree from the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with the axe. They decorate it with silver and gold and fasten it with nails and hammers so that it will not topple. And people bow down to the tree to receive gifts from it. All the while singing praises and worshiping the tree, singing, "Oh Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree, oh lovely are your branches." Burn that, less of that. No way. Only Yahuwah you shall worship, and only him you shall serve. How does this bring glory to our Elohim? What are we teaching our children to worship? We move again. Job 14, chapter, chapter 14, verse 4. He said, who can bring out clean from unclean? Because these pagan rituals and practices they bring into the practice of Christmas, such as lighting candles and decoration and giving gifts and mistletoes and all that. Come on, fix up. No, Christmas was not celebrated by the apostles or disciples before or after Yahusha's death, because Paul says in 1 Corinthians chapter 11, imitate me as I imitate the Messiah. All right. Christmas was not even an official holiday until the 1870 in America. Christmas is a Roman holiday in celebration of the idol Saturn, aka Tammuz, the reincarnation of Nimrod. Learn something new. Okay, to believers, now it's just your turn. First, 2 Corinthians chapter 11, 1-4, it says, but I am afraid that as the serpent deceived Eve by his cunning, that your thoughts will be led astray from a sincere and pure devotion to the Messiah. For if someone comes and proclaims another Yahusha, then the one we proclaim, or if you receive a different spirit from the one you received, or if you accept a different gospel from the one you accepted, you put up with it readily. Enough, 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 Paul says. He also says in Romans chapter 12, verse 2, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that you may prove what is good, well pleasing, and perfect will of Elohim. Whatever you do in word or deed, do in the name of Yahusha the Messiah, giving thanks to Elohim the Father through him. Colossians 3:17. Let me just go. Because let me just go on this, because everybody know this. Do not be unequal yoke with the unbelievers. For what partnership has righteousness with lawlessness? Or what fellowship has light with darkness? What accord has the Messiah with Belial? Or what portion does the believer share with an unbeliever? What agreement has the temple of Elohim with idols? For we are the temple of the living Elohim. And Elohim said, I will make my dwelling among them and walk among them. I'll be their Elohim, and they shall be my people. Therefore, go out from their midst and be separate from them, says Yahuwah, and touch no unclean thing. Then I will come welcome you, and I will be a father to you, and you shall be sons and daughters to me, says Yahuwah Almighty. Ephesians 4:17-24, it reads, this I say, and therefore testify in Yahuwah that you should no longer walk as the rest of the Gentiles walk, in the futility of their mind, having their understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of the living Elohim, because of their ignorance that is in them, because of the blindness of their heart, who, being past feeling, have given themselves over to lewdness, to work all uncleanness with greediness. But you have not so learned the Messiah. If indeed you have heard him and have been taught by him, and the truth is in whom, the Yahusha, the Messiah, that you put off concerning your former conduct, the old man which grows corrupt according to the deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that you put on the new man which was created according to Elohim in true righteousness and akadishness. It's time to stop celebrate Christmas, my friends. Therefore, if any man be in the Messiah, is a new creature. All things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new. 2 Corinthians 5:17, it warns you. Now to those wicked and good for nothing pastors, I say this. For you lay aside the commandment of Elohim to hold true the tradition of men. You making the word of Elohim of no effect to your tradition which you delivered, and many such like things you do. Then they will say, oh, I know that Yahusha was not born on the 25th of December, but woe to you, hypocrites. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees. Matter of fact, woe to you, pastors, you hypocrites. You shut up the kingdom of heaven in men's faces. You yourself do not enter, nor will you let in those who wish to enter. Hypocrites. Test all things, believers. Hold fast what is good. You can do your own research. You don't have to wait on them. No, you can ask for understanding, you can ask for strength, you can ask for faith. Because Yahusha said in John 15, verse 7, he said, if you abide in me and my words abide in you, you shall ask what you will, and it will be delivered unto you. It shall be done unto you. We move. They hated him, therefore they will hate those who followed him. Do you think they want to celebrate his birthday? Are you mad? Are you confused? Are you deceived? Do you think they really, really want to celebrate his birthday? Think about it. If you were of the world will love this his own. But because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you because they hated him first. Christmas is the worship of the idol Saturn. Matthew 6, verse 24, it tells us, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve Elohim and Mammon. So the answer is no. You cannot drink of the cup of Yahuwah and of the cup of devils. You cannot be partakers of the Yahuwah's table and the table of devils. You cannot celebrate Christmas and be of righteousness in the Messiah. This is how you celebrate our Savior. He said that therefore, when you come together in one place, is it not to eat the Master's Supper? Is it not to eat Yahusha's Supper? Or do you forget this verse? Luke 22, 19 to 20, it reads, do this in remembrance of Yahusha. And he took bread, gave thanks and broke it, and gave it to them, saying, this is my body, which is given for you. Do this in remembrance of me. Likewise, he also took the cup after supper, saying, this is the cup, the new covenant in my blood, which is shed for you. Viewers, subscribers, believers, search out the matter. Don't just take what they tell you, because it's not so much of a mystery, because everything other history. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door shall be opened. Open your mind, brethren, because you are indeed chosen by the Most High grace, by His will. See you tomorrow. This is where I say, till next time, brethren.